Hello everyone, I'm Max, and in this video I want to explain you how I will decide about the conversion possibility of my Crowdestor equity into shares. And yeah, since 2 days you have the possibility to convert, and it's still 12 days left to decide, but I will make my decision today and I want to explain my decision in this video. So in the end of the video, after I have gone through all the information and the facts, you can see my decision, if I will convert any of my equity or maybe none of them or maybe part of them. And yeah, maybe you will find some information useful for yourself as well. So let's have a look right into my account and here into the equity conversion section. This is my main account for my Crowdestor equity loans, where I have 10,000 euros of equity loans. In my other two accounts I have 1,000 euros of loans, of equity loans. So Crowdestor is becoming a genuinely community-owned company. So Crowdestor states it will give out maximum 2,500 tickets to the investors. One ticket is equaling 0.03% share of the Crowdestor holding. So we see these shares are not about the Crowdestor crowdfunding platform only, but for the Crowdestor holding, which is the mother company of the Crowdestor crowdfunding platform and also other entities that I will explain to you later. So in total 75% are given to investors, so this is really by far the largest part. Only 25% remain with Janis Timmer. And yeah, in several stages, the prices for the tickets who are not converted and who remain after the equity transformations will be sold on the Crowdestor platform to other investors who are non-equity holders for higher prices. Prices start now for equity holders at 1,000 euro per share and will increase in different steps. I think next step will be 1,200, and it can be depending on the demand up to 3,600 euros per share. So if you decide not to convert, you have your equity loans and your loan schedule, and you will get back your money according to the schedule. So the ticket holders will have the following benefits: their own investors advisory board giving rights to influence processes and decisions on Crowdestor. So Crowdestor really gives power to the investors with that. And since they have 75% of the shares maximum, this advisory board will have more power than Janis Timmer actually. Participation in elections of the CEO position and the other board members. So also on personal decisions, the investors will have a lot of power. 1% cashback and 0% fees on the secondary market, which are also part of the Crowdestor club benefits. All share owners will be part of Crowdestor club as well. Before it was you need to have 75,000 euros of invested capital to be part, and now you can with one share already be part of the Crowdestor club as well. You will have the options to trade the tickets in an internal secondary market. So if you decide to convert, but you change your mind, you want to sell it again, or maybe because you think the prices have increased, you want to make a quick profit, you can still sell them in the secondary market. And there is a chance to share the profit once Crowdestor is sold to a strategic buyer. So if the platform or other parts of the entity, the Crowdestor holding, are being sold, you would profit from that. So down here we have the bar to choose the amount of tickets, and as you can see, I have 8,500 in principal on this account and 2,400 in interest, and I can get 10 tickets from that. But my loans have a maturity maybe later this year, maybe fall or winter, but I can already get my interest for the conversion right now. And so this is one of the perks of converting now that you can make use of your interest already. But we come to my decision later. So let's have a look on the legal structure of this deal. Before, Janis Timmer was the 100% owner of the Crowdestor OU crowdfunding platform, and after the restructuring, the Janis Timmer will be only 25% owner of the Crowdestor holding, which will be newly established, and the ticket holders, the investors who buy the tickets, will hold 75% of the Crowdestor holding. And the Crowdestor holding itself will not only be like the holder of the Crowdestor OU crowdfunding platform, but also of a real estate trust and etc. These are like other projects. I think it will be Crowdestor and probably some other innovative projects that Crowdestor is participating in. So what is the real estate trust about? I think this is a very interesting part, that you are not only depending on the success of the crowdfunding platform, but also have some diversification and some more conservative opportunity with a real estate trust. And Crowdestor says itself that in this real estate trust, real estate projects will be developed, mainly operational cash flow objects, including but not limited to some of those that have been financed on the Crowdestor platform. So maybe some of the projects that you already know from the Crowdestor loans will be purchased into the real estate trust, but also new projects can be purchased from the raised money of the ticket buyers. And it is also, the money from the ticket buyers is also being used to further develop the Crowdestor platform, to cover the ongoing costs of the platform, and to buy back some of the projects that are directly affiliated to Crowdestor, especially because of the oncoming crowdfunding guidelines in the end of this year, which force Crowdestor to find a solution for the affiliated projects, and this would be like the easiest way to gain enough money inside the holding to buy back all these loans and finish these projects. So let's have a look on the current numbers of Crowdestor. As you can see, like the main important figure for me is the number of investors who determine the value of the platform, and it is right now 22,239 investors registered for Crowdestor. Of course, a lot of them might be not active investors anymore, but still this is a very important number. Also, you have right now 21.5 million euros returned to investors already of successfully finished projects. And let's also have a quick look on the results of the Crowdestor investor survey, which took place in March this year. And here especially it is interesting the future investment behavior, and 21% say they will increase the portfolio, 21% will do no changes, 90% are not sure, 21% will decrease, and 17% will simply stop the investments. So you can see of these 22,000 investors, there will be like a substantial part still investing. If you look on current projects, you can see that they are filling very slowly at this moment. However, there has been some kind of a consolidation. So there are not a lot of fresh projects being launched, but it's more a consolidation of already existing projects, and further rounds of already successful projects are being launched right now. So this shows that Crowdestor is trying to put more emphasis on returning current projects than just publishing new projects. So the most important criteria for me is the valuation of the Crowdestor holding if you buy at a ticket price of 1,000 euros. So taking into account that it will be, one share is worth 0.03%, and you have altogether 2,500 tickets, and these tickets equal 75% of the total Crowdestor holding. This would calculate for a holding value of 3,333,000 euros. Just to have a comparison, I can tell you that Estate Guru, for instance, is being valued for 29 million on Cedars. And of course, they have a much better reputation. They have much more investors, I think like 60,000, 70,000, and Crowdestor has like 22,000. But still, this is something you have to ask yourself if that huge difference in the value is justified. And in my opinion, the value of 3,333,000 is very little for what you get, because it's not only the Crowdestor platform, but it's also the real estate, trust, and its other projects like Crowdestor probably as well. And you also have some shares of Crowdestor Pay, in my opinion, because big parts of Crowdestor Pay are being held by Crowdestor OU. And of course, the more tickets that are being sold, the more value the Crowdestor holding will have, because they can pay back loans, they can get back some of the real estates into the portfolio, and that will increase, of course, the value subsequently as well. Another important factor for me is the possibility to sell the tickets again. And if you buy them at 1,000 euros, for me, it is a higher probability to make a profit when you sell them. This is because the Crowdestor will increase the prices itself. So after the equity rounds, they will offer the tickets for 1,200 euros to the investors who don't hold equity. And then depending on the demand, they will increase the prices further. On the other hand, I was monitoring the secondary market in Crowdestor very carefully for the last 6 or 9 months, and I almost never saw equity loans with a discount. So they were almost always at least with a small premium. I think I also paid a small premium for my equity loans. So they were one of the most valuable loans. And with that in mind, I personally don't believe that if I would want to, would have to sell my tickets below 1,000 euros. So after these facts and arguments, I personally will make my decision and convert all of my equity loans into Crowdestor shares. And so let's go back to my section here. As you can see, I can get 10 tickets and the rest of the return will be repaid according to the schedule. Here I type in my PIN code and congratulations, it's done. So to be honest, guys, this decision was actually a no-brainer for me. If I look on the possible losses and if I look on the possible gains on the other side, I see there's possibility really of multiplying my gains, but there's not a lot of scenarios where I can see a loss happening. Also with all the flexibility while having the shares given. And additionally come all the additional benefits of being a shareholder of the Crowdestor holding. In the end, I think also this offer is more than fair at this point and is taking into account the problems that the platform is having right now. By a valuation of 3,333,000 euros, for me it's much too little for the real value of the Crowdestor holding to be established. And as I said, the more people will convert, the more value the holding will have, because the more entities and real estate and loans can be bought back into the holding, and therefore the value will increase. So I'm very optimistic with this, and this is my decision. I hope you can see this opportunity as I can see it, but of course you have to make your own decision. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, I will be happy if you give me the thumbs up. You can follow my channel if you want to follow my story with Crowdestor further. And I also have a German finance channel where I cover also other topics besides Crowdestor. And if you're German speaking, I will link my channel here so you can check it out and maybe subscribe. So see you next time.